Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shem Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird. And to the Akwath that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. And the video that I'm about to profile is a video that was put up by Terence Pop. I actually like to watch Terence Pop. This is one of his live from the Lair shows. And because Terence talks about real shit, man. You know? And, you know, he's a patriarch, ex-military, 30-something years in the military. And but there's still so much that he clearly doesn't know biblically and understand. And then also he just like the rest of the people in Babylon just believe in the numbers and that Esau likes to put up. As a matter of fact, he's gonna speak about something in here that which made me think about that, because it's gonna get to a portion where he's talking about a race war and how Jake is gonna lose horribly because they're only 13 to 16% of the population. So that's a complete fabrication and a lie. No one makes more babies than Jacob, and they've been saying that for like 5-6 generations now. And truth of the matter is, with the loss of life in the millions, I think it was something like over 42 million middle-aged and young Edomites have lost their lives due to the before Corona hit, but due to the opioid crisis, and even more since the COVID thing. More suicides and opioid crisis, and during this opioid crisis since the COVID thing, and actually more deaths since the COVID thing happened. So, the truth be said, they are the minority. So that telling that lie, it's just a lie so that they can control the narrative, so that they control funds and things for neighborhoods and taxes and that whole sort of things for schools and the aldermen and all the crooked things that they do. But I just want to get a quick scripture before I go any further with it. Then I'm gonna let him talk. But this is what is it? The accuser of our brother. Where is that? Let me find that. It's a Revelation. 12 and 10. And it reads, Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And like I watched a lesson a couple weeks back, maybe about 3-4 weeks back, and with Elder Yashawamba, he went into that scripture and went into that word accuser, and how that basically it comes down to category. See, that's their whole controlling the narrative. They create with pseudoscience, all right. They create false narratives about race. They name race by color and and all sorts of different manners of things, which is all based upon pseudoscience and just outright lies. All right. So the whole the thing with the number in the population, this many blacks, this many whites, this many Hispanics, blah 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 blah. They fabricate those numbers big time, and you got to remember there's a lot of heathens that come to America that are people of color, some darker than Negroes, some of them, and often they get labeled as white people. They're Arabs and Indians that are just as dark as Africans. They get labeled as Caucasians when they come to America. So everything that America does is a fabricated lie, and Mr. Pop needs to realize that. Especially comes to this race war, because according to the Bible, Edomite's gonna lose horribly. All right, Jake's gonna be destroyed. They are. Jacob's going to get messed up. But the scriptures clearly say that Judah is going to be a terror unto Babylon. And this is Babylon. Let me grab that. You know, and that seems to come out almost every scripture, man. I mean, every lesson is that Timothy, that 1 Timothy 6 and 20, man. Let's grab that. 6 and verse 20. And it reads, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. Because they try to, you know, that's a false math, a false science, a false information. When you take Indian people and Arab people who are clearly brown, and like I said, in some cases even browner, darker than some so-called black people, and you label them as Caucasian, why are they doing that? You ever thought, you never stopped to think about that, Mr. Terence Pop? All right, so without any further ado, let's let Terence Pop take this video and this lesson in a whole nother direction with these comments. But let him talk.
All right, let's see. Antifa and Black Lives Matter is being run and trained by Marxists as per insoms that are coming out to various law enforcement agencies and other news feeds that I monitor. Okay, now that is also really not being talked about in the media. Again, the media is full left on this, and it's my belief that we've lost them, that they're completely communist, Marxist.
He's right about that. The media is completely controlled, and yeah, you get nothing, no truth from them. As a matter of fact, talking about law enforcement, I just received information that over 100 police officers refused to provide security for the DMC, for the Democratic Party. Also just caught wind that 5 police officers got shot right here in Chicago on the west side. 5. All right, by one individual from what I understand. All right, who's in the hospital. And then I'm thinking to myself, this dude can't be Jake. If you shot 5 police officers and you still alive, he's got to look like Terence Pop. He's got to. But nevertheless, that is where we are, you know. America just has no credibility with anyone in the world at this point.
And to disregard anything they say, at best it's propaganda, you know, at worst it's just a lie. Okay, so that is what it is. Now, Antifa / Black Lives Matter have gone on the record. This is not a secret. This has been covered in the media. I've also seen it in insoms and on some of the websites I monitor. Okay, they have stated that their goal is the complete destruction and overthrow of the United States with a replacement government which falls in line with either socialist, Marxist. In my opinion, they're basically the same thing.
Okay, but is not Fauci and this whole hoax pandemic, this live exercise that we in, doing the same thing? All right. It's the same damn thing.
Okay, now in this new model, white people...
Matter of fact, let's go to grab a quick scripture. He's going to talk about in this new model, white people. I think he's going to say that they're going to be destroyed. And remember, there's no such thing as white people. They're really red. Like Terrence is red. You're right. His skin is red. This is Mark 3 and 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And so Esau, Edom, who are the ruling class people in the world, in America, are completely and totally divided. All right. Amalek's divided from the Republicans and the Democrats. And the Republicans and the Democrats, or as a former client of mine once said, and I had to coin this phrase, rats, publicans, and democrats are completely divided, man. And then you got then you got the liberals and the far this and the far that. That's why these people are falling. All right, there's division among them, and that's what happened with the nation of Israel. And now it's Esau Edom's turn. All right, but let's listen what he says about the fate of so-called white people in this new plan that BLM and Antifa has.
People will be executed. Okay, churches will be burned, and any wrong thought crime or thought or bad thing is punishable by death. All right, now if you guys have been up to speed on this, this is happening in China as we speak with the Uyghurs, some of the Muslims, actually all the Muslims. There's a reason why they have somewhere between 60 and 120,000 organ transplants a year there in that country, and other people from other countries are going there for that purpose. Okay, these are.
Hey, but you know what? There's been the Israelis have been doing that to Ishmael over there for a long time, harvesting and selling their organs and things of that nature. So that's look. The Lord, this place needs to be cleaned up. The Lord has to come back and straighten this place up. All right, with these heathens murdering each other and selling organs and whatever. You know, that's just beyond wicked, man. All right, you're supposed to leave here with what you came in here with. All right, you don't make a business out of selling the inner parts of another human being, man. That's just something that Esau Edom came up with, and the rest of the nations are doing it. Follow. Everybody's under that vibration. Remember, it's Esau's tongue, who's his vibration that moves through the earth. As is the king, so are the people. Right? But this is 2nd Ezra 9:1, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, so the Lord is visiting in this place. That's why you got all these crazy insects and weather patterns and you know and wars and rumors of wars, the insurrections, you know, the birth pains. The earth is going through its birth pains, and Babylon's birth pains are the worst of all.
Being voluntarily, you know, bought and sold. These are coming from people who are either forcibly having them removed or executed. I'm just putting that out there. This is incredibly evil horseshit that's going on, and it's coming here. Newsflash.
Yes, it is.
It is already here, and it's growing. All right, number 5.
Hey, because remember, America has bought 30,000 guillotines about 5 years back. 30,000 guillotines, and then they bought all those bullets. I forget how many billions, but I remember it being the number came out to the fact that they could kill every American 6 times over. That's how many bullets that Homeland Security or Department of Homeland Security had bought a couple years back, and the Post Office and Federal Reserve also bought some of that. So lots of bullets and guns, and a lot of the police departments, they bought bayonets. So bayonet is not a police weapon, but a weapon of war. All right, you put a bayonet over the end of on the end of a rifle. I mean, how much more deadlier can you get? Okay.
What will this look like? Okay, well, number 1, you know, I've been to Iraq. I've studied that the war that took place there and the insurgency that they fought there. I was in the loop for a lot of the INSUMs for some of my units that went to Afghanistan that I trained up, and I monitored their progress over there. Okay, it is going to be decentralized and asymmetrical in the beginning, and let me explain how this is going to work. All right, we have something here called Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, etc. Plus, we have certain encryption programs floating around out there that cannot be cracked by the NSA that we know of. We started seeing this in the early 2000s, a phenomenon known as flash mobs. That's where, you know, a group of people or individuals receive a group message. Everybody who wants to participate, be in a certain area at a certain time, we're going to do this. Some of them were dancing or pranks or so forth. But let's just get
I remember those because I actually had a former client who would participated in some of those because she was a dancer, you know, like a ballerina dancer, but she, you know, she was, and so she would choreograph these gigantic group dance, and a flash mob would just appear in the middle of a train station, and Union Station or Grand Central Station, and all of a sudden they would all just start dancing, Then they called it flash mobs. Well, wait till you hear what he has to say.
Deeper into that, let's say these individuals have weapons of war provided to them by China, which they were caught doing, and they were told to be in an area at a certain time, armed to the teeth. They amass. One individual's there who knows what's going on. He issues orders, and they execute an attack.
And that sort of thing probably really is going to happen. All right. What he's saying is they're right. You're gonna have flash mobs, but these flash mobs won't be dancing. These flash mobs will do coordinated stabbings or shootings or or blow themselves up. Who knows what, or blow up other people. But these sort of things are coming down the line, man. I saw a video today where the woman was basically coming out saying how they're spraying COVID, or they're putting it into the chemtrails now. They're spraying it in different oranges in California or Florida and that sort of thing, and different fruits. Meanwhile, you're wearing these masks that are just, that are making people sick. People are passing out and having heat strokes. And, not to mention anyone with any underlying health issues, such as asthma, heart condition, high blood pressure. These people, and God forbid, all these disgusting smokers, man. You gotta remember, man, probably half of the population of America smokes. Speaking of smoking, man, that's responsible for more deaths than COVID. That's for sure. On a yearly basis. All right, 480,000 people a year from tobacco-related deaths, and another 100,000 from secondhand smoke. All right, so you got over 500, almost 600,000 people die yearly from tobacco alone. But yet they didn't lock down America or the world for that, did they? All right. And matter of fact, worldwide, I think it's 9 million a year, if I remember the numbers correctly. All right. So that was a true pandemic right there. Should have locked down the whole world. As a matter of fact, next person that lights up next to you on the street, you should be able to just punch her right in the face for putting your life in danger. That's how dangerous secondhand smoke is. But yet, they didn't lock down the world for that. All right? They didn't. Then if you look at his list, is what I really want you to pay attention to, because I think I started a little too late when he talked about BLM, starting a race war and how they're going to lose horribly. And because I even left a quote on his video. Because look, BLM is not for black people. As a matter of fact, BLM probably is about 80% white people. All right, but that just goes to show you jakes that support this nonsense, and he's got INFACT on there too. All right, those are two set up organizations which are set up by so-called white men. All right, so-called. You best believe it, man. Jam Grandmaster J has been exposed on every level, man. But yet you people still follow him. All right, this man is all over the place, man. Wearing Egyptian aunts and still talking about Israel. Got a bald face and still talking about Israel. Screaming black power and still talking about Israel. The Israelites are against all those things, are not a part of those things. All right? The people who wore aunts enslaved the Israelites. They are not their friends. Okay? But I'll tell you one thing, you people that are falling for the okie doke, hey, meanwhile, Esau is getting ready to move on you with his great sword, man. So let's get ready to wrap this thing up. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So are you consenting and being a part of this world, being a part of these foolish movements that get you nowhere? Hey, the scripture, it says in Isaiah 13 chapter that if you join unto them, you're going to get ran through. Maybe with some of those bayonets that they issued the police. All right. Verse 70. And it reads, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh, because that's what they're going to do. The people who fear they're going to come after people who believe in the Bible, that call on Yahweh Shai, even people who call on Jesus, man. So you Edomites are going to get caught up in this mess too, man. All right, big time. And a lot of you preparing for the race wars. And the truth of the matter is the war is going to be with that very white guy who lives across the street from you when he runs out of food and water. All right, that's what's really going to happen, man. But verse 71, it says, and they shall be like mad. Matter of fact, let me start at 70 again. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh. So not only that, you're gonna have look at what's going on in Portland and Seattle right now. That's going to spread across the nation, man. 5 cops got shot in Chicago, man. Cops got shot in Portland. Cops has been getting attacked out in Seattle, man. That whole thing is gonna spread, man. This place is falling apart, and it's falling apart quick. China and Russia are no longer using the dollar for anything whatsoever, and all these other nations that are joining unto them are doing the same. This COVID thing was used to hide the crash. All right, so that they have something to blame it on. That's what this is all about. All right, so they can try to reset and bring in this digital currency. That's what this was all about, and they got to try and do it before China and Russia does, and all the nations that are joined unto them, and maybe get some of their allies back. But the problem is no one trusts or likes America anymore. So America's getting ready to be on its own, man. All right, and you best believe those Israelis are going to draw and fulfill the scripture. The least of the flock are going to draw America into this fight that they don't want to be in, and everyone's going to lose. All right, back to the scripture, 2 Ezra 16 and 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Well, guess what? A lot of evictions are going to happen over the next 3-4 weeks. A lot of people, they're saying something like almost 40 million people are set to be homeless. At the same time, they're telling you to stay at home. Where the hell are they going to stay? All right. Now, I tell you where they're going to stay. They're going to stay in those FEMA camps that they set up. All right. And so all you people who have ignored the prophets, who's talked crap about the prophets, well, this is the I told you so's. It's starting to fly, man. All right. And I'm going to keep, and we're going to rub it in your face. But pour salt in your wound, because we've been warning you and telling you. We told you so. All right. There's one more scripture I was thinking of, if I can get it. This is and this is for you Edomites and all the wicked that follow them. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 17, and it reads, for though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial, for horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Havashai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash Wa Abba Babal Shalom.